Let's talk about it. Joining us now, former senior advisor to DHS under Alejandro Mayorkas, retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel and Maryland congressional candidate Bernie Flowers. We also have former New York Congressman Anthony D'Esposito and GOP strategist Brielle Applebaum, both with us, 1 foot away each here on set. All right. Great to have you both. Colonel, we're going to start with you remote here. It's a pleasure to have you on here. I think, you know, the fact that so many are Hispanic just blows up the whole narrative. This is about race, because it's not.
And when you talk to them and they say the exact opposite, and then she comes back with, after hearing them, it's about cash.
It's about, I think, having a good job, representing your country, making sure we have a safe United States. They don't care what race you are here. You come here, you do it the legal way, and represent the United States.
Bob and Edie, is Karen Bass saying that minorities can't do the job?
Yes.
That sounds kind of racist to me. That sounds condescending, and I don't think that the people of California should put up with her. Karen Bass is saying it's sad that they're accepting this money, but the bottom line is that these people are patriotic. And as we said before, 50% of Customs and Border Patrol are Hispanic at this point. I find it very condescending and terrible. And by the way, isn't this the same mayor who was in Africa while her city was burning down?
Yes, it is.
Same one.
1,000%.
Brielle, is this really just, she's saying whatever she thinks she needs to say for a political purpose?
She can say whatever she wants to say, but the truth is this is Republicans' opportunity to seize on the opportunity to redefine our border strategy right now. Right now, on the floor of Congress, Congresswoman Maria Salazar has the Dignity Act. It is a comprehensive immigration reform that allows for a new labor status to welcome Hispanics into this country, to redefine the way that we're interacting with Hispanics and talking about them, and most importantly, highlighting the difference between Republicans and elitist Democrats in California like Karen Bass. She totally ignores the fact that these are first-generation Americans, hard-working Americans who want to connect with their community, serve others, and I think it's very important for Republicans to re-engage on this topic.
Congressman, your last name is D'Esposito.
My last name's D'Esposito, but my mother, born in Puerto Rico, Mendoza. I mean, this, first of all, insulting, elitist. I mean, you know, what this tells us is everything that we already know. Karen Bass is completely against public safety, whether it's slashing the budget of the firefighters who, you know, unfortunately watched as L.A. burned because she didn't provide them the resources that they need, or now insulting hardworking CBP members. And the fact is that Hispanics, regardless of where you're from or what your origin is, these individuals want to serve the American people. They want to serve the United States of America. And more importantly, is just like we've seen here in places like New York with cashless bail and criminal justice reform, where they affect the black and brown communities the most, the disastrous border policies set in place by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they have affected the Hispanic population the most. It affected their schools, their hospitals, their housing, and quite frankly, now they see that there is a commander-in-chief in the White House. I've said it before, and I will say it again. As someone who's worn the uniform, we have never had a greater friend in the Oval Office to law enforcement than we do with Donald Trump. And that's why all Americans want to be joining the military. They want to be joining federal law enforcement because they have someone that supports them.
I think some Hispanics, too, resent the fact that, you know, people from, you know, Hispanic countries came here illegally and cut the line when their families, their ancestors had to do it the right way.
Absolutely. It was all about coming through the front door. Right. And I will tell you, in places like on Long Island, in Nassau County, where our county executive, Bruce Blakeman, just had a resounding victory, we had an overwhelming majority of support from Hispanics. Why? Because we signed a comprehensive deal with ICE to make sure that we kept our community safe. We were not standing as a sanctuary county. And Hispanic Americans who come to this country, who came through the front door, who wanted a better way of life for their children and grandchildren, they are the ones who are the most angered by watching this open door policy of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Bernie, it seems like, well, we listen to the report, they talk to the people who've been joining ICE, they say, you know, when you're asked, how do you feel when you arrest your people? They come back and they say, these aren't my people. I came in the right way. Are you seeing that when you're out there on the campaign trail as well, seeing that there's just this difference between, you know, come here, do it the right way. You're an American. We are happy to have you here. Don't come in here the proper way.
Legally.
Do it illegally, and that's a different issue.
Karen Bass is the disruptor. She is a negative person, and she's just trying to use this situation to further her own means. And the bottom line is that just because you're a minority doesn't mean you're not a patriotic American. I applaud these agents. We need to hire as many as these legal agents as we possibly can, people who have come here to the United States for the American dream, and I applaud them. As far as Karen Bass is concerned, I hope that the voters of Los Angeles turn her out.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Don't hold your breath.
Colonel, that's...
I can try.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
All right. Berney, Congressman Brielle, thank you very much for being with us.